Hello there guys, today I'm going to be discussing the top 5 worst transfers so far this transfer window. So in at number 5 we're going to go with Vicente Iborra to Leicester. The 29-year-old Sevilla captain has moved to Leicester for around £10 million and it doesn't seem like too much of a bad deal really. I'm personally just not a fan of Iborra. I think he's too big and slow for the centre of the park and I don't think he's going to be matched well to the Premier League. 10 million for a 29-year-old as well. I mean, he's going to be slowing down and he's already not the quickest. I just don't see how this Leicester team and the way they play and the way they want to play is really, in line with the way Iborra plays. He might be able to break up the play and do a good job defensively, but we've seen Leicester play well on the counter-attack and I don't think he sort of matches their ambition. And that's why this deal is at number 5. I don't think it's a good deal for Leicester whatsoever. I think there probably was better options for them out there, but we'll go with number 5, Iborra to Leicester. In at number 4 is probably the biggest transfer so far this window, and that's Romelu Lukaku to Manchester United. £75 million for Romelu Lukaku. Now don't get me wrong, Romelu Lukaku is a good striker, but is he worth 75 million? I don't think so. Everton obviously rated him quite highly and they wanted the big money, and this whole stupid transfer market inflation that's happened this year is one of the reasons why. I mean, Mourinho was in the media the other day saying that, clubs are paying stupid prices for players and it's inflating the market, and he bought Pogba for 80 million and he's just signed Lukaku for 75. I mean, he is the catalyst for the inflation in this transfer market. They had Ibrahimovic there last season and now they brought in Lukaku, and if I was Marcus Rashford I'd just be sitting there thinking like, what the fuck is wrong with me? He signed Anthony Martial, who was a really good striker at Monaco, and played him left mid for the whole season since he's fucking arrived. So I mean, it's just, where will Lukaku play? It's more likely that Manchester United will end up at centre back. I just don't think this is a good deal. It's way too much money. I don't think he's that great of a player. He will score goals for United for sure. Will he be outstanding and will he be worth 75 million come end of the season? I don't think so. That's why this is in at number 4. Number 3 then is Marko Arnautovic from Stoke going to West Ham for their record transfer fee of 25 million. That's right, this deal could raise to 25 million pounds for Marko Arnautovic. That's just a stupid amount of money. I saw a meme kind of thing the other day that said what you could get for 30 million then, and it was Ronaldinho, and what you get for 30 million now. And for 25 million now, it's Marko Arnautovic, and he is nowhere near Ronaldinho's level. And I get it's inflation, it's up to the progress of football and the way the money is going, but still I don't think Arnautovic is worth 25 million. He's a winger. He scored goals at Stoke, but he isn't the best player at Stoke. You don't look at that Stoke team and think, you know what, Arnautovic is a game changer, and he's not going to be a game changer at West Ham either. So to pay that amount of money for him is a little bit crazy, but so the reason why this is a bad deal, 25 mil is way too much for Marko Arnautovic. 15 mil, maybe 18 mil is still an okay deal for him, but 25 is just a little bit way too much. I don't think he's going to have the impression on the West Ham team that maybe they thought he would, and that's the reason why this is in at number 3. The second worst transfer so far this transfer window is Gerard Deulofeu to Barcelona. This whole thing just doesn't make sense in my mind. Like, why have they signed Deulofeu? Now this was, in fairness, a buyback clause that was in his contract, and they got him for like £10 million, which from the rates we saw for the rest of the players this transfer window isn't too bad for Deulofeu. He is a decentish player, a little bit inconsistent, but he is an okay footballer. But he's not Barcelona standard. He's never going to get in that Barca team. He's nowhere near the standards of the other wingers of the club, as we know. And obviously the players they look to bring in, they're looking to sign Coutinho. Deulofeu just doesn't. He's not there at that level. Why would they want him back? I don't know why. I think maybe they think that they signed him now at 10 million in the buyback clause, and then because he's out of contract next season. So they sign him now for 10 million and they could possibly sell him next season or in January or whenever for, maybe 20, 30 mil. That's maybe the plan with Barca. But if I was Deulofeu, why would I want to move back to Barca? Like, he's going to think in his own mind he's good enough to get in that team. But if I was Deulofeu, I'd be thinking, like, no, I don't want to go back to Barca right now. I'm not going to get in that team. I want to play football. Maybe he's just thinking, paycheck to paycheck. I just don't understand why he didn't go somewhere else. If he's not in favour at Everton, which he's not, Ronald Koeman doesn't want him there, why not just, sell him to somewhere where he's going to get game time? There's obviously going to be teams out there that look at Delafeu and think, he could do a job for us, and he would, fit in their squad, but I guess Barca got in there first and signed him. Again, it's a strange deal, and that's why this is so far the second worst transfer of this window. The number one worst transfer so far of this window is Rudiger to Chelsea for £33 million. Now, Rudiger, if you ask people who play FIFA, especially career mode, people will be like, oh yeah, Rudiger's a really good sign-in. He's got good potential. He's quite young. He's a good centre-back. He's strong. He puts tackles in, and he's a good player. But if you watch him in real life, he's not that good, I don't think. Roma fans wanted him gone. Roma fans didn't like him. They was looking to get rid of him, and luckily Chelsea came in and they paid big money for Rudiger as well at £33 million. The thing with Chelsea, they get Rudiger in, I understand, and this I guess is one of the real problems with changing managers so often, is that they have caught Zuma, who in my opinion is as good, if not better, than Rudiger, and he's now gone on loan out to Bournemouth, I think it is, or Crystal Palace, somewhere anyway. But he's gone out on loan now to another Premier League club, and why not just keep him? I mean, like I said, I think Zuma's better than Rudiger. So that's the problem with changing managers. One manager thinks, yes, Zuma, he's my guy, bring him in. He's going to be the next big thing at Chelsea centre-back. And then this Conte now thinks, Rudiger's going to be the guy, and he's brought Rudiger in, and, Zuma's gone out on loan. So it doesn't make sense. Again, they should just stick with Zuma, and he's not a bad player at all. I like Kurt Zuma as a player, but damn, it doesn't work for me. Another thing about Antonio Rudiger as well is he has injury problems. He's had 3 knee surgeries in his career already, and he's only 24, I think. So that's a lot of knee surgeries to be having. Will he stay fit at Chelsea? Is yet to be seen, and that could make this transfer look even worse if he does pick up a serious knee injury this season. Last season as well for Roma, he was booked 8 times and sent off twice. He's a hard tackler, but it becomes at a cost. Can Chelsea afford to have one of their centre-backs out suspended for 4 games this season, and they pay $33 million for him? No, that doesn't work for me. So that's the list. That's our top 5 worst transfers so far. A quick mention to Willy Caballero moving to Chelsea as well. Does not make any sense to me whatsoever. That happened on a free. It's just a stupid ass move. I don't understand what these clubs are thinking. That's going to do it for my countdown. Let me know if you think there's any other deals that should have been on this list down in the comments. Let me know what you think of my list. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon.